You can feel it, can't you? The residual static in the air. That beating pulse before an angry storm hits. Week 7 is no calmer than the previous 6. Its current only grows larger while the stakes rise higher. Raw, electric vengeance and vigorous eyes filled with redemption in mind. Every loss, every doubt, every headline plays a crucial factor in the difference of victor over loser. Now it's time to plug in, light up, and make the whole country watch. This is where revenge turns kinetic, where ghosts from September spark back to life, and every play hits like a live wire. No more mercy, no more hesitation, only shockwaves, only statement wins, because when the gridiron lights ignite, so does the storm. This is Virtual Recall's Week 7 recap and Week 8 look ahead. As always, like, subscribe, and don't forget to lock on. Let's get 'em.
Finally. I knew you'd see it my way.
Poor thing, she can level up, but her intelligence will always stay the same.
What's wrong with you? What are you tearing up for? You've got this pitiful look on your face like I said something stupid.
Good night.
Wait, Kazuma!
Well, let this be an ode to all who find themselves with an impressive win in Week 1. It's great and crucial to get off to a quick start, but more importantly, a football season is not a sprint. It's a marathon. The Seminoles have found that out quite quickly with 3 straight losses. Ravel, continue to enjoy your spot in the piss corner. Strange. Why do I feel like something is missing?
Something missing? What are you on about? Whatever. But yeah, FSU started out hot Week 1 like you said, but now with that string of losses, they've fallen flat. They thought they were back, but you know, the past 2 weeks have shown they're going to be one of the many residences of the piss corner going forward, being 0-3 in the ACC. How the money have fallen, going to early season ACC possible contenders to now somewhat permanent residents of the piss corner. Now that I do look at it, something is missing. Can't put my finger on it.
Hi there, would you like to sign my petition? Sign my petition, damn it. Look, just sign the stupid petition. I've got stuff to do. Sign this petition or I'll follow you home and kill your dog.
This game is one of those games that truly tell you what kind of team you have this year. Last year, this easily would have been a loss for the Tide, and I'm not saying it swung that much towards otherwise this year either. But Bama is showing all the signs of a team that is doing exactly what I just said. They're a team. Mizzou and the Thug Gang hurled everything they could at the Tide, but no amount of ref ball or court dates with baby mamas would stop them. There were times doubt would start to set in, but Bama would see said doubts and continue to play gutsy ball. Kalen DeBoer and the Black Hoodie of Death continue their march towards a hopeful playoff bid. As for Mizzou, hurling insults aside, they are in good position to see themselves for a potential late playoff bid if they continue with what worked after this game.
This was a close game. Bama and Mizzou were pretty much equal the whole game, Bama having 326 yards and Mizzou having their 330 yards. The only meaningful differences was Mizzou's 2 costly turnovers and Bama being 3 for 3 on their 4th down conversions. All I can say is Mizzou isn't finished yet. Bo Perbula, despite the turnovers and struggles of this game, he is still a top 10 quarterback in the country. I still expect Mizzou to have their hat in the ring for the SEC title race. And as for Bama, make sure Kalen DeBoer never takes off that black hoodie ever again. That seems to be y'all's good luck charm for winning. Man, just to have Bo Perbula on your team would be a great thing to have. Oh, wait a minute.
Well, Like I said before the beginning of this week, I find myself saying it again in the aftermath. OSU found themselves yet another victory and yet another potentially eyebrow-raising match. Can't really say I'm surprised here. Like I said last week, Gilma, your food coma was granted immunity this week from the piss corner. This week at least.
Yeah, not surprising here. Typical slow start for OSU, and then turns on the Jets late in the game. I still don't believe they'll go undefeated this season, but their first loss against who? I don't know at this rate, but it will happen. And the Illini didn't surprise me either, with Captain KSC at the helm. You're safe in the piss corner for now, but trust me, we have our eyes on you.
Why? Just why? My fucking day is ruined now.
Man, aren't we just a bad luck charm for Iowa State? As for Colorado, congrats on your win. That's your one ranked win for the season. Don't let it go to waste. And Iowa State, oh, how the mighty have fallen. You had us to thank for that hyping up in our videos. We are sorry, I think.
Again, my bad, guys. My bad.
Wasn't for me, your friend would be headlining in heaven, or according to Born Again Betty, hell, since after all he is Jewish.
Kaya!
You! What do you want?
Thanks a lot, man.
Huh? I think she's right. You are retarded.
What did I tell you all last week? That this is quite possibly the most easily, predictably unpredictable rivalries around. A team can find themselves with shit all for luck in a season all but over, while the other team has all the cards in their hands and are destined to go to the promised land. The Texas defense and special teams won the game. It sure must be awfully convenient where the only thing you have to do is breathe the air around you to win games. Huh, Arch?
Yeah, Oklahoma is now a shell of their former selves, with their QB throwing 3 interceptions, making the former Heisman frontrunner Archie Manning look like the hyped-up player he was meant to be. Texas gets their re-entry and getting back into the rankings at number 21 now, but Oklahoma might have an uphill battle on their hands with their whole QB issue. If they can't get that fixed here soon, I'd say they have a long, long road ahead.
Easy.
Oh no! Our table! It's broken!
Well, can't really say I had this one on my bingo card. I had all but sat down on my confident assessment that the sun had begun to set on the lackluster era so far known as Lincoln Riley's time in Southern Cal. The team played a very uncharacteristically good game on both sides of the ball. I guess you do have to switch things up to give yourself a chance from the alternative, that being the unemployment line. As for Michigan, they show us that they are still very much a scrambled team that has yet to find its missing pieces, since that one magical run in 2023 where you could have sworn they knew the plays before the ball was ever snapped. Only thing with Michigan, you have to continually ask yourself a question though that can't be answered until rivalry week. Will the streak continue?
USC's performance against the Wolverines have possibly saved Lincoln's career there in USC, because they could have given him the axe after the past performances, but a win brought him some time. Yeah, Michigan, if y'all want to recapture the magic of the 2023 season, you might want to possibly rethink y'all's strategy, or just go back to allegedly still looking at some signs. But, like you said, that rivalry streak of the 2020s against that one team in Columbus is in jeopardy if they can't figure out something soon, but we shall see in November.
Pumpkin's ready?
All I can say is, Kurt Signetti, I, along with many OU in your team, a massive apology. Granted, your shit talking is definitely less than desirable, but you look to have a team this year that can back said shit talking. You went into a cave with a Hydra and came out of it like Hercules. I would sing Zero to Hero, but I don't think many would appreciate my poor rendition of a Golden Age Disney song. But what I will say is, I was most certainly wrong about you guys. So now watch and see. You guys will drop a match for the rest of your cupcake schedule launching towards the Big Ten Championship, won't you? As for Oregon, with Penn State's recent... nothing to talk about here. I have no clue where I was going with that.
Huh? What was that? Huh. Anyway, congrats, Indy. You proved us wrong, and I'm glad you did. You are now number 3 in the country in something that's not basketball. Enjoy the football success. I never thought I would have to say this, but I believe they'll be in the Big Ten championship game. Against who? In my opinion, either Ohio State team or an Oregon team. Oregon, see what happens when you diss the greatest race on earth that is the Indy 500? Yeah, belt to ass happens. It's not the end of the world, like I said. They're very much in the race for a natty or a playoff berth, but they can't play like they did on Saturday, with 2 turnovers and a whopping 267 yards on their home turf, along with 7 penalties totaling for 64 yards. Reset and go into next week. Huh. It must be nice having multiple top 10 wins within 2 seasons of each other, Indy. Unlike... Shoot. His name escapes me at this point in time. I'm sure it'll come back to me.
LSU at Vandy. I like the Tigers, but hate Brian Kelly. I am neutral with Vandy, but hate Diego Pavia even more. But give me the Doors in a bounce-back performance in front of the 2,000 fans and hundreds of Nashville homeless in attendance.
Yeah, for LSU and Vandy, I'm taking the Tigers for this one to get the win over a Vandy team that is most likely got the case of the Bama hangover from the previous week. Well, give me the Tigers.
Ole Miss at good old Georgia. I love Lane Kiffin, and I heavily cheer for the Rebs' success. But I also have always liked Georgia. Ole Miss is coming off a very scary match against what was determined to be a dead Washington State program. Georgia is coming off a highly controversial win over Auburn in a ref ball match. This game will come down to big plays, and I think being between the hedges for Georgia will help. So, give me the Dogs.
Yeah, for Ole Miss versus Georgia, I'm also going with the Dogs with this one. I believe, despite the ref ball, Georgia has a hand over the Rebels in this one. Give me the Dogs.
Tennessee at Alabama. 2 words. Roll Tide.
Yeah, for my pick for Tennessee versus Alabama. Now, if it was at Tennessee, I'd give them a small edge, but the Vols have nothing on the Tide. I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. Blitz, Bama, blitz!
USC at Notre Dame. This is quite possibly the most polarizing match of the week that some will forget that is on their radar. This is do or die for both of these teams in the playoff race. Being in South Bend is a huge help, and that cannot be understated. But I think Lincoln Riley and co. see an avenue, and I think they're running fast and heavy on it. I look for that momentum to continue, so, though I, against my better judgment, give me USC.
My pick for USC versus Notre Dame, I believe this is where Lincoln Riley's luck runs out. Give me the Irish all the way on the redemption run to a possible playoff contention.
And for a big rivalry game, Utah at BYU. A holy war finds itself on the gridiron no matter how controversial the type of holiness both schools hold. This is a classic rivalry that has defined the Beehive State for decades. BYU has a really solid squad that can play with the best of them. But Utah has a hell of a coach in Kyle Whittingham, and I have their ophthalmology research and medical departments to thank for me still having my job and my right eye. So, By obligation, give me the Utes.
Yeah, for my pick for Utah versus BYU, I am also going with the Utes on this one to come out on top in this matchup with a comfortable lead at the end of the game. And my score for that one, even though I didn't say any scores for the past ones, but hey, who's keeping track? 35-17, Utes on top.
Mr. Sato, I would like to thank you for coming to pick with me today. Wow. Doesn't it feel like we've flown by the seat of our pants in this video? Like, man, I can't help but think we had more to speak about from this previous week.
Missing something. Yeah, it kind of does feel odd, don't you think? I mean, what other big event could have happened this week?
Oh! Looking at my notes, I think I do have something to speak about.
Why do you say that? Wait, what's that in your notes?
Oh! Sato, I'm going to need you to promise me that no matter what you might hear next, will not affect your mood.
Well, if it's what I think it is, my mood's already crashed and burned. So, just go for it.
So, this was a game. It was a game that resulted in Penn State following up their worst ever loss with an almost just as embarrassing performance against Northwestern in front of their own home crowd. Not only did they lose the game, they lost their starting quarterback Drew Aller to a, with heavy quotation, season-ending injury. And well, I think it's best I leave what else happened up to Sato.
I will be honest, I kind of knew in my gut this would happen. Ever since the Oregon loss, Franklin and the whole team for that matter have been in a shell of their former selves. Just over 2 weeks ago, we were a touchdown ahead in overtime against Oregon as number 3 team in the country, and fast forward to today, where we are now, then 3-2, with our worst loss in recent school history and now unranked. But don't worry, this is where we turn everything around. By being down 3-0 by the end of the first quarter, that'll show them. Wait. Shit. But don't worry, we got the lead, 7-3, our first score lead since Oregon. Yes, this is where we turn all around. And by halftime, it's a Penn State lead by a single point, 14-13. At least we are leading, and it's at home with a great crowd. Yeah, a very supportive one at that. Let's see what they were saying during the game. I can't tell what they're saying there, but we had the lead with 5 minutes left, and no, they scored. But don't worry, with enough time to get the lead, we believe you, Grunkmeyer. Aller may be out, and we lost again. Well, let's see how the fans reacted in the tunnel with our glorious leader James Franklin after the game. Well, his buyout's too high at $50 million plus, so knowing our luck, they will never fire him. Huh? What's this? I just got some news in. No way. Yes! We are finally free! I won't lie, I'm thankful for him, for the good times that he did provide for us in the rebuild after the 2011 bullshit we went through, but we hit his ceiling, which with him, it's time to move on. With him out of the way, our now interim head coach is now Penn State football alum Terry Smith. No playoff for us this year, but I would be happy with at least a bowl game appearance. Not a win, but an appearance to help salvage the season somewhat. We got a lot of work to do. But hey, the future could be bright, or who knows, we might become the next Wisconsin, a revolving door of head coaches.
Now, I believe a history lesson is in order. Let me tell you this, folks. The piss corner became a gaffe we randomly talked about and just found the mere concept of it funny. Like poop jokes are when you're a 7-year-old at recess saying poop and giggle. But James Franklin has ascended, or rather, descended from the piss corner as he has fully embraced himself, the lord of the piss corner underworld, and will watch over said grounds until the end of time.
Well, on that note, Franklin seeing that he has no job and a massive payday, he will be the overseer of the famed piss corner. But, as always, thank you Mr. GX for joining me on this crazy week of college football. It's only going to get crazier from here. Remember to like, comment your thoughts, and remember, walk on.
It's always a pleasure, Sato, and see you guys later.